Mwangi is a terrorist. We have made an application, the court has granted us leave to make a formal application to summon Amin himself to come and explain to the court the basis upon which they issued such a publication. We are looking forward to cross-examining him because we must hold him to account. It is required of him to exercise high professionalism when executing his functions and his duties. So we are asking him to pull down that false, malicious, and untrue publication about Boniface Mwangi. He's not a terrorist. There is no offense of terrorism that has been preferred against him by the prosecution, and therefore the continuous remaining of that publication is a violation of Mr. Mwangi's rights. If it is not going to be pulled down within today, we are going to take personal actions against Amin himself. There is no one who is above the law. Yes. Not the DCI, not Mr. William Ruto, not Mr. Kindiki. We are all equal. Is a triumph win against tyranny, against impunity, against the use of state apparatus to manipulate, to cajole, twist, and intimidate those people who hold a contra view to what Mr. William Ruto and his regime holds. Is a win in the sense that we have been able to demystify that you cannot use the Terror Act and Terror Act to silence genuine and dissident voices. The courts have also come out strongly in defense of the Constitution, as indicated by Article 3, that we all have the responsibility, the duty, and the power to uphold and protect the Constitution from abrogation. The overthrow of a Constitution does not just rise on a one day. It begins in piecemeal, in segments. Then at the end of the day, you realize that you do not have the Constitution that you once held high, and once you consider that you once sought for leverage from. It begins the way Mr. William Ruto is doing. He overthrows one right, one by one. So you realize at the end of the day, the entire Constitution has been abrogated. You have heard them saying that they're not even going to do, they will not await a process of a free, fair, and credible elections. Yeah. You have heard them say they are going to rig the election. That is how our country loses its constitution. We are therefore here in defense of this constitution, as you can see, flagged by all these fellow freedom fighters and liberators, to make sure that our constitution remains intact from clause 1 to clause 260. None of it that we shall allow to be abrogated by Mr. William Ruto. The judiciary is out in defense. Today they have admitted Boniface Mwangi to a free bond. That's a free bond, because they have realized that Mr. William Ruto is using the system to cajole the dissident voices. But what surprises us most is the ineptness, the inefficiency of the office, the ODPP. That office of the ODPP ought to be called out. They are the ones who are responsible of this trump of charges. They are the ones who are encouraging the abrogation and the violation of the Constitution by sustaining such kind of aggressive violation and aggressive pursuit of the people who do not agree with Mr. William Ruto. Unfortunately or fortunately, we are more than them. He has to jail and charge everybody the offense of terrorism, the 50 million of us, because we do not agree with what he's doing. We do not agree with the mismanagement of the country. We do not agree with the misgovernance of the country. We do not agree with the violation of the Constitution. We do not agree to the violation of the rule of law. We do not agree to the humiliation and embarrassment and intimidation of freedom fighters and liberators. So today is a win for the Kenyan people. It's a win for us, and we are telling him we'll be here next time you arrest any other person. Utatupata hapa hapa. Yeah.
Aluta continua.
Yes. Jerry is here. Jerry can say something. Yeah.
I want to really appreciate the lawyers that have come out in large numbers, and they have really fought for us. But I also want to say that it's not just for us. It's not for Boni and Jerry that this fight is for. It's for the Constitution of Kenya. All those young people that have been put behind bars, that are being charged with the same charges, like Wakili said, we must defend our constitution. If Ruto wants to be the ODPP, then he should become the ODPP. Otherwise, let the courts do their jobs, and he should lead this country, which he has failed to do. So he needs to step aside and let this country be run with the institutions. I said in the morning that I really was hoping that the courts would do what they're supposed to do, and I'm glad that they have been able to stand on their own. The surety is just means that if Boniface fails to come to court, then we would be forced to pay that money. So it's just a guarantee that we will make sure, because if he doesn't come, then we will be charged with that, which is a good thing. It didn't need to be that high, but it means that Boni is free to go. We've also been assured that he will not be rearrested. I was also very afraid of that. But because the courts have said as much, then I expect that he will be free, that we will go home, and we don't need to be looking over our shoulders. We will definitely be locking our gates because they just drove right through. But the constitution must be upheld. We must continue to ensure that this constitution is upheld at every level, every Kenyan, everywhere. This constitution has got your back. So we must ensure that we come out in large numbers every time the constitution is violated, so that we make sure that it continues to cover us for years to come. And it's the same constitution that will jail Ruto and all those cronies of his.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, big win for the Constitution of Kenya. It's a big win for Boniface Mwangis. It's a big win for human rights defenders across this country. The courts have pronounced themselves that activists are not terrorists. They couldn't even somehow come up with even the simplest of charges related to terrorism. So this is something that we must celebrate, that the Constitution has won today. And we just want to say this. Kenyans know who the goons are. Kenyans know who support goons and vandalism in this country. We see them every day. They walk step by step with them. You know, they protect them as they vandalize and as they loot. They share in the proceeds of the loot and the vandalism. Kenyans know this. It's all over. So let the state stop using or misusing the ODPP and the courts to silence dissent, to silence criticism, and to silence democracy. And our assurance to Kenyans is that this will not deter us. We are not intimidated at all, and we shall continue to push for change in Kenya. Thank you.
Let me just say something about the publication. The malicious publication that was done, but I'm addressing Amin himself because he's responsible of that institution. Yesterday, they issued a publication that Boniface Mwangis is a terrorist. We have made an application, the court has granted us leave to make a formal application to summon Amin himself to come and explain to the court the basis upon which they issued such a publication. We are looking forward to cross-examining him because we must hold him to account. It is required of him to exercise high professionalism when executing his functions and his duties. So we are asking him to pull down that false, malicious, and untrue publication about Boniface Mwangis. He's not a terrorist. There is no offense of terrorism that has been preferred against him by the prosecution, and therefore the continuous remaining of that publication is a violation of Mr. Mwangi's rights. If it is not going to be pulled down within today, we are going to take personal actions against Amin himself. There is no one who is above the law. Yes. Not the DCI, not Mr. William Ruto, not Mr. Kindiki. We are all equal before the law. We are subject to the Constitution. The Constitution is the one that is supreme. So we are warning you, Mr. Amin, you must pull down that particular publication. It is damaging. It is malicious, because you have not charged Mr. Mwangis with any offense of terrorism. Why should that publication continue to remain on your page if you're not being malicious? Thank you.
I think there's one important thing that needs to be said for all of us.